Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Kari and today I'm talking about the Dragon series by Jessica Day George. This series consists of Dragon Slippers, Dragon Flight, and Dragon Spear. It is a middle grade trilogy that obviously has to do with dragons, which is part of the reason I picked it up. These books definitely brought me back to Dealing with Dragons by Patricia C. Reed, which is the book that ultimately started my fantasy kick back in 5th grade. And also, I still love it. I've recently reread it, and it's just as good. This trilogy follows a girl who is about 16, although I don't think her age is ever explicitly mentioned at the beginning of the books, and by the end of it she's maybe 18-ish. Her aunt sends her off to this cave where a dragon supposedly lives near their village, because if you're kidnapped by a dragon, then a lord or a knight or something high up is going to come kill the dragon and take you for his wife. And to her aunt, that would just be perfect because they are peasants, basically. They're farmers, and they're not doing terribly well, so her aunt wants Creel, the main character, to provide somehow something for this family, and that means being married off to whoever kills the dragon, holding Creel captive. It doesn't go at all like her aunt wants. She is not taken by the dragon, and you start the story from there. I really enjoyed this series just because I really like dragons. I don't know who doesn't, but also she's not this empty-headed girl. She kind of looks at the dragon when he doesn't take her and goes, "Ooh, well now what?" But she manages to make out pretty well for herself and then deal with the consequences that follow from that decision. Also, I loved the descriptions. Creel is an embroiderer or a seamstress. Specifically, her embroidery becomes like world-renowned, which makes sense because these descriptions are very rich. You can see it in your head, and it's stunning. So she's also fairly realistic, and she's got family, and she really cares for them. There's a fair bit of politics in this series as well, which is rather surprising but lovely, considering it's a middle grade series. They're pretty quick reads. I think maybe 2-3 hours average because they're middle grade. But I loved them, as I've said before, because they were just so simple, but they were so rich. There is also a romance in this, but it's also not an insta-love. I don't even know how to describe this romance, but I thought it was hysterical and perfect at the same time. So if you're looking for something just light to read, or if you have kids and want to read to them, I would recommend this series. It's clean and just funny and hysterical. I laughed out loud at multiple points during all 3 books. The second one, I think, Dragon Flight, was my least favorite, and by least favorite I mean it got 4 out of 5 stars as opposed to 5 out of 5 stars. Simply because it seemed a little bit harsher, a little bit darker than the first 2, or the other 2. However, like I said, it's still got a 4 out of 5 stars, and all of them have their dark parts where you're sitting there going, oh my gosh, how are they going to get out of this? What are they going to do? But they're definitely all worthwhile books. There's dragons and magic and politics and a little bit of romance, but not enough to overwhelm you or make you want to scream. At least not in a bad way. Yeah, end of the second book is just hysterical. So, like I said, I love these books. I think I read them all in a weekend, just sat down each night and cranked through a book because I wanted to finish them after I started them. That is all I have about the Dragon series by Jessica Day George. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up down below. If you want to see more content like this, hit that subscribe button down below. As always, I will leave my Goodreads linked in the down bar below if you want to check out what I read in my next video. Bye!